Good evening, Lizzie boys, and welcome back to my channel. We're back with another doll review, and my camera doesn't... There we go. Today we're going to be reviewing a Rainbow High doll, or rather, a Shadow High doll, because... I said because... Boom, we're in the right location. I don't just have Robin anymore. I now have Demi, too. I still don't think Demi's a fitting name for her, but I finally got her. I found her at my local Walmart, which... pretty rare, actually, considering that place still hasn't put out any Monster High dolls. And I picked the best one they had. Bangs-wise, the faces were all kind of subpar. But I just wanted to get her out of the way. And I know I said I didn't like Rainbow High anymore. Well, I still kinda do, but Monster High's more my priority. Look, let me explain myself real quick. Basically, I've always liked the Costume Party line. Ever since we heard about it, I was excited for it, and I planned to get the dolls. I'm not entirely sure if I'll continue collecting after this. I feel like I'll only get the dolls that, like, really stand out to me, you know? Usually what stands out to me is, like, characters I recognize, so, like, Bella. I love Bella. I've always really liked Robin. Bella and Robin were both in my top 5, so that's why I bought them. As for her, she's just really cool. I really like her look. So, yeah, I think when it comes to Rainbow High and Shadow High, I'm just gonna get the dolls that, like, really stand out to me or wait for, like, a major sale. And that's how it's gonna be going forward, because I am way more interested in Monster High. I bought this Claudine because she has the wrong face. I paid $25 for her because she has the wrong face, and that was pretty cool to me, I think. But yeah, with all that out of the way, let's get started with the review. Yeah. So here is Miss Demi Batista's box. I still don't like that name. I don't know, I like Batista as her last name, but I don't like Demi as her first name. Whenever I hear that, I think of Demi Lovato. It's just, you can't use that name anywhere else. The name just belongs to Demi Lovato. Nobody else can use it. I don't know, that's the way my stupid brain works. My brain is very stupid. Anyway, it says meet her in Rainbow Vision. This is a lie. So, at the sides of the box, it says special edition, so they can charge more money. And on the back, we have the other characters. So at my Walmart, I did find Eliza, and Eliza is the one that I found the most. I see her everywhere, and I don't like her. I love her in the artwork, and, of course, I've seen X Condensis's... I don't know how to pronounce her name. She says it in all of her videos, but I always forget. But I've seen her cosplay, and it looked really good, so that made me like Eliza a little more. But I just don't want the doll, pretty much. I don't know. And then there's, of course, Lola. I really want Lola. Her doll is gorgeous. The Rainbow Vision costume ball is nearly as fierce as the competition itself. Who are you rooting for? It wasn't fierce at all. It was 6 minutes, and it was really boring, and none of the characters spoke during it. Demi Batista studies film, and her look celebrates her favorite black and white vampire movies. She thinks the Rainbow Vision costume ball can use a little fright before the big night. I still firmly believe she is intending to murder someone. So Demi's box is pretty standard. It looks just like Bella's did, but with darker colors. And overall, this package is pretty cute. It's nice to see Rainbow High putting a little more effort into their packaging. This one's almost worth saving, but the only thing I'm going to save is the front of the box when I chop it off, the rest of it. So with that, let us free Demi and take a look at her and feel how crunchy her hair is, because they started using glue again. So inside the box, you get this Shadow High You Are Invited thing, and when you scan this, the unique experience is literally just that 6-minute episode that nobody liked because they tried to convince us that somehow... I think Violet somehow won against her, and that makes no sense. And then they tried to say Eliza won over Robin, which also makes no sense. So, you know, it was a bad episode. Also, I'm pretty sure Lola and Demi spoke all of 2 words each. I love how they put a little trademark symbol by their names, like they're ever gonna use them again. Because, you know, most Rainbow High characters only ever get 1 doll and then just kind of fuck off into the abyss. Okay, I rewatched the episode, and it wasn't that she won over Demi, it was that they tied. Which also makes no sense, because look at this, and then remember what Violet was wearing. She's very pretty. So probably the most shocking thing about this doll is the lack of glue whatsoever in her hair. There's absolutely no glue. it's a little, like, frizzy from the box, but there's no glue whatsoever. Not even in her bangs. I'm very surprised after how much product was in Bella's hair. Bella's hair was fucking crunchy, you know? Like, crunchy. It was that bad. But here, absolutely no glue. I really like the blend of colors as well. It feels very randomized, though. Like, looking at this blend, it is not the same on either side. I'll admit that's kind of more interesting. It makes it look more realistic. But at the same time, I mean, I guess I didn't want it to be a mirror image of each other. It's much more interesting this way with the colors feeling much more randomized. I like it. It's cool. When it comes to her face, she has a very nice one as well. Let's pull up her bangs so you guys can see her eyebrows. Similar to the Storm Twins, they are kind of ombre-ish. Her bangs feel a little messy. If I knew how to trim bangs, I would try to fix them. She has white eyelashes to go with her white eyeliner. I'm assuming it's white mascara, because unless this character has albinism, there's no way that that's natural. Overall, her makeup's really cool. It's very graphic and fun. She also has some white underneath her eyes to kind of give the illusion that they're larger. It's cool. They did the same thing with Bella, too. Overall, she's really nice. These boots are cool, too. They are completely made out of fabric, and they have a zipper up the side, which it's not a real one. It's, like, printed on. It's a printed on zipper. But it's still pretty cool looking. I'm not actually sure, but I think that it's possible for these boots to stain her. So that's something to potentially be aware of. Her dress is pretty nicely made as well, and this cape is a different, separate piece entirely. This dress is as well. Like, she has a white shirt on underneath, so she has different layers. There's tons of layering going on with this doll. I'm not going to strip them all down individually and stuff because I'm lazy. But trust me, they're all different layers. I'm 90% sure that this belt is also, yeah, it's also detachable. Fun. Her nails are much more neatly painted than my previous costume ball dolls that I got. If you don't remember my last video with Bella, they were pretty messy. That doesn't mean they're perfect though. But she does have a little bat ring as well as a smaller ring with a black gem. I don't actually know what that is. She has a number of other rings on this hand too, also with black accents, and her nails they don't have enough paint on them. Okay, so Bella and Robin had too much and she does not have enough. That's kind of a funny contrast. The inside of her cape has a sort of rainbow shine to it, and the print inside seems to be bats and swirls and stuff. It's very hard to see, honestly. But it looks really cool. It's very fun. A lot of effort went into this doll's design, I can tell. She has some, what are these called? I called them bobby pins and that was wrong. She's got pins for earrings pretty much. And there's a little, like, I'm not actually sure what that is. It looks like a face for the part that goes into her ear, and there is Shadow High branding at the bottom of it. There's also some more faux zippers here on her cape that is extended to both sides. The only branding on this doll is on her belt, both of her earrings, and of course her bows in her hair, with an H here and an S here. I'm glad to see that they've been toning the branding down. I haven't had to complain about it in a while, so that's nice. R.E. her shoes. They do have a heel at the back. I don't feel like I showed that. That's the only plastic bit of her shoes. The rest are made entirely out of fabric, which is pretty nice. Overall, this doll is very well made. Do I think she is worth the $37.44? After tax, it's basically $40. So do I think she's worth $40? As nice as she is, no. I think at most the costume party dolls should have been $30 even, and $25 if they wanted to be generous. Just because of the lack of second outfits, and the lack of any accessories aside from a stand, this card, and a brush. She does have layers. This doll is probably the best made from the line just for that reason. She has so many different layers, you could rearrange her pieces pretty much. Like, this shirt is completely usable on its own, and so is this dress. This cape, I feel like you'd need a certain look for it, obviously, like what she's wearing right now, but I don't know what I'm rambling about. I really don't know. My train of thought just crashed in the middle of that statement. Anyway, her head articulation works good, which is good. If it didn't work, that would be grounds for complaining to MGA and getting a free replacement. But yeah, overall, very nice doll. I don't think she's worth $40 though. Maybe if these dolls included secondary outfits or some kind of accessory or anything to justify the price a little more, I wouldn't be complaining about this, but, you know. Another thing is that I absolutely think she should have had fangs. She's a vampire. Why doesn't she have fangs painted on her mouth? That would have been so good. The last thing I want to do is compare this doll to Veronica, you know, the Storm Twin, because let's face it, they look very similar. So let's see how they actually look next to each other. I now have to redo her pigtails because she fell and got stuck on this stupid thing and it messed her hair up. Great. So here is Veronica next to Demi. It's kind of clear who the better doll is, but overall, next to each other, I don't see the similarities as much. Like, they both have this pleather material on their legs, her for her socks and her for her boots. They both wear purple, and they both kind of have a pinkish skin tone, but hers is way more on the light purple, while hers is pink. Their hair colors aren't even that similar, because Veronica uses a lot more black and dark blue, whereas she is very, very purple, kind of has like Emmy's hair colors. The other purple character who looks like this is named Emmy, and her name is Demi. They're running out of name ideas quickly. But yeah, that's the two of them next to each other. Overall, I still think the Storm Twins are fucking elite and they're gorgeous. She's good too, but there's no reason for her to cost half of what their 2-pack costs, when this doll is 1,000 times better than she is. I feel like I'm being too negative. I don't want you guys to think that I don't like Demi. I absolutely like her. I like her a lot. She's a very well-made doll, and, you know, I just wanted to compare these two side by side because I've seen people say they look similar. And quite honestly, I don't really see it anymore. Like, in my head, I was like, oh yeah, they do look similar, but in person, they don't look alike at all. It just comes down to the colors and stuff. But yeah, sorry about all my complaining about Demi's price. I feel like it's perfectly valid to complain about the price because MGA is starting to charge too much for Rainbow High. It already began with the Slumber Party line where they wanted the dolls to cost $50 each, which was crazy, but at least those dolls came with 2 outfits and a big sleeping bag. Now they're charging $40 for a doll who doesn't come with any additional accessories. That's kinda cringe. Especially when we just got the Royal 3 who have 2 outfits and an extra shirt for $40, as well as Neon Shadow and the Rainbow Divas who have 2 outfits and a huge accessory, either an instrument or like a little, pretty much a suitcase full of makeup accessories. Comparing that to the costume party dolls, Rainbow High prices just seem completely made up on the spot. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. The prices just make no sense for what you're getting most of the time. But yeah, that about does it. Thank you guys so much for watching my review of Demi, and in my next video, I might review Robin. I say might because I might be getting something special tomorrow. I don't know. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I hope to see you in my next video.